Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my vlog on my 6-day trip to Sydney, and sadly Ronit couldn't make it and I missed him so much. So I went with Ammi, my uncle, and Tati was supposed to fly from New Zealand a day after this, and I can't wait to show you guys everything that I did. So since we landed pretty early, we had some breakfast and we headed towards the city to do a bit of walking, and I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love. I don't know, maybe it was the good weather, maybe it was how big the city was and all these buildings, and I loved how dressed up most people were. And yeah, Melbourne is more of a laid-back city, in my opinion, and it was really nice for a change. And afterwards we went to see the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, of course, which you can't miss when you're in Sydney. So Tati finally arrived from New Zealand and we went to this really cute place for lunch called Grounds of Alexandria. You should definitely check out if you're ever in Sydney. I loved everything about that place and you'll soon see why. I was so surprised to see that they had put up these really cute displays to celebrate 100 years of Disney, and we had no clue before we went, and I'm so glad that we did. So yeah, the entire place looked magical, and I missed Ronit so much on this day because we both love Disney and his favorite is Mickey Mouse. Anyway, if you love Disney or if your kids do, you should definitely go because they have this happening until the 30th of April and it's so worth it. We came home and Tati was really tired, and yeah, that was what we did on our day 2. The next day we went to this place called Tram Sheds, and it had these restaurants, a European style market. It was initially built in 1904 and they have renovated the whole place. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting place to see. Had kept this really old model of a tram inside, and if I'm not mistaken, I think you can dine inside that. How is Sydney? And then we walked towards this park straight from Tram Sheds where we could see the Anzac Bridge, and it was really nice. And afterwards we wanted to go to this church called Mulgoa Church, because when we visited Sydney in 2007 we came to this church, and they say it's a very miraculous church. And I even have footage from when we came here. There's Nikhil when he was, I think, just 7, and there's me, 12-year-old me. We really missed Nikhil as well on this trip, but sadly he couldn't come as well. I even found this video of us in front of the Opera House. Time really does fly. Just look at him. The next day we headed to the city again, and we went to have lunch at Sky Feast at Sydney Tower, which is the tallest building in Sydney. And this is us taking the lift. It was on the 82nd floor. You could see a 360-degree revolving view of the entire city and the harbour, and the view was just amazing. We then went to the Queen Victoria building right in the center of the city. This is a 5-level shopping center, but this building itself is very historic and an iconic building in the city. So we thought we'd just go and see what it looks like. This is the Sydney Tower where we had lunch earlier. We then went to St. Mary's Cathedral, the one you can see right now. I think it's one of the biggest in the city. This is the Darling Harbour. It's a very short walk from the city, so we went there to have a coffee because we were really getting tired at this point with all that walking. For dinner, we went to this great Sri Lankan restaurant, and මම ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා ආපු දවස් ඉඳන් කාපු රසම කොත්තු එක මම මෙතන කෑවේ. එතන නම dish, and I highly recommend if you're craving good Sri Lankan food and if you're living in Sydney. The next day was the concert in Sydney, and we decided to just rest during the day because Tati needed a lot of rest after all that walking. This was during the break. We also came backstage to grab a bite because we were hungry. So right after the show finished, Tati had to leave straight away since he had to fly to Adelaide. They had a show there the following day, and this is us saying our goodbyes. This was our last day in Sydney, and I was really sad to leave, but at the same time excited to go home and see Ranit. Since our flight was in the evening, we came to have some lunch at this Spanish restaurant. A big thank you goes to Uncle Sudat and Auntie Nimmi for their wonderful hospitality and for making sure that we had the best time in Sydney. We really did enjoy our last meal here as well. The food tasted as good as it looks. We also made a quick stop at the University of Sydney. It just looked magnificent. I mean, just look at it. I felt like I went to Hogwarts. It's one of the top universities in Sydney and is continuously ranked in the top 50 globally. And then since we had a little bit more time left, we went to see La Perouse Beach. It was pretty close to the airport, so we thought we'd just stop on the way. It was a very peaceful beach with clear waters, and I really wish we had more time to spend there, but we were running short on time. Reunited! I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and thank you so much for all your love. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!